Hello everyone, this is Clan War League January 2021. I'm a bit late to this video, but that's okay. So basically, I'm going to be showing off the highlights as one's playing right now, and I've pretty much already discussed what happened in this attack last raid, but basically, this strategy is known as Electron Lavaloon. Now, if you don't know what Electron Lavaloon is, basically you, it doesn't matter if you start off with the heroes, or if you use the blimp first. I personally like starting off with the heroes first, mostly because you never know if the blimp's gonna hit a tornado or something, which can completely ruin your attack. But if you like send in a headhunter or something to bait out the clan castle, you might run into the tornado early. In this case, that didn't happen, but you know, it sucks to suck, right? But anyway, also it allows the blimp to travel further than it normally would, so I wouldn't have to use a hound to tank for it, as you saw. Right here, a bunch of defenses were taken out where the blimp was supposed to go, so, yep. So the entire point of this, of the cloned blimp part is, basically, the Electro Dragon takes out the Queen, and the balloons take out the surrounding defenses so the Electro Dragon doesn't die immediately. I get a bit unfortunate here with the Electro Dragon dying off early, but other than that, this base is totally crushed. There's nothing I could have done better in this attack. Yeah. There are a few embarrassing moments in Clan War League. I'm not gonna lie. They are there. But for the most part, I think I did pretty good. I got 17 out of 21 stars, which, it's not the best. I missed 4 stars out of the possible 21 I could have gotten. But you know, stuff happens. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this attack right here. The next attack is going to be a defense, so this is not going to be an attack from our clan, but rather the other clan attacking us. So, yeah. Right here, Bob the Builder 13, he's one of the best players in our clan, and at least in terms of consistency and being a leader. I mean, he's actually the co-leader of our clan, but you get the idea. So this guy starts off with a Warden Walk, so I'm like, alright. Well, I can clearly see E-Drags in this combination, so I don't know what is going on, but this is not going to end well. This is really not going to end well for this attacker. So, yeah. I mean, this part is mostly boring, so I've sped it up for you. But basically, this Warden Walk, it just goes on for a while. About a minute and a half-ish. And then, there's the Electro Dragons. Electro Dragons going straight into a Sweeper and a single target Inferno. Very big brain play, of course. Why wouldn't they just spam E-Drags? Not even check for Seeking Air Mines either. Like, this guy didn't bring a single balloon to tank for those things, so all of his E-Drags are going to get hit by them. So, very poorly planned attack. And honestly, this guy, even if he had 2 times the housing space, like if he had 600 housing space instead of 300, he probably still wouldn't even get the 3-star even then. I know that sounds a bit harsh, but I'm just telling you, if you're going to be doing E-Drags, which first of all, I'm not a huge fan of, but if you're going to be doing E-Drags, make sure you at least test for the Seeking Air Mines, because those are one of the biggest counters to E-Drags, aside from the obvious single-target Infernos and air defenses. And, yeah. This attack came grinding to a halt, especially because we also had CC Witches in here, so... yeah, no, this guy got wrecked. And honestly, I don't know, there's just... These attacks are just so poorly planned out sometimes that I don't know what goes on in the attacker's heads. And I'm not trying to diss whoever made this, but it just doesn't make sense to me. This was an attack by Big Bob, who is Bob the Builder's alt account. The typical Yeti Witch, maybe using baby dragons to funnel. I thought he might have used them to clean up, but I guess he used them for funneling. Siege Barracks. Interesting choice they didn't put the king in front of there. But, I mean, I guess there wasn't that much firepower within the area. I mean, this is a total of 13 bullying, a total of 12. So it's not like he will be worrying at all. Like, I mean... Yeah, I mean, I guess it is a bit risky to not really have too much of a plan for the Town Hall. I mean... At the same time, though, like... This is actually a pretty good attack, even if it was done on a Town Hall 12. Although, I would say he should have brought a poison here. You never know what's in the Clan Castle, since zapping out the Clan Castle is no longer an option anymore. But, yeah, this base got completely wrecked. That defending E-Drag's shots were completely wasted on the Warden ability. So, yeah, and then the rest is just cleanup. I mean, there's really not much left in this base. I mean, yeah, the single target Inferno kind of bad, but doesn't matter when you got like a billion Yetis and a bunch of Valkyries and stuff in there. So, yeah, this is going to be a pretty long video. I believe about 15 minutes, so sit back. Another E-Drag spammer. This time actually on my base, which... I built this base myself. Admittedly, it's probably not the best base now that, super wizards are a thing. I could probably do a better job. But, yeah, this guy missed a clone spell, which, I mean, fortunately his dragons went into it, but it doesn't matter, though, because this guy's attack was just... Like, I'm not saying that they're awful... when I say that their attack sucks, I'm strictly saying that their attack sucks. They might be good people in real life, but their attacks clearly suck. So, forgive me if it seems like I'm just dissing these people, but I don't know what this guy's plan was either. Like, he just... He uses an Air Warden after all of his Electro Dragons die. Not before, where he could have let the Electro Dragon stay alive, but after, which... man. Oh, man. I don't get that at all. It just doesn't make any sense to me, like, seriously. So, yeah. I don't know what the point of the bat spell was, but if you're going to be using bat spells, you better bring more than one, baby. Yeah. This next attack, was actually an attack by me. This was an embarrassing one. Let me just quickly explain. Basically, this was me. I was really tired when I recorded this, so I was like, you know, it's a Tunnel 11, I could probably risk it, right? So, yeah, that's exactly what happened, and I ended up getting a 1-star, and me being a Tunnel 12, that's really fucking embarrassing. Sorry about my language, by the way, but that's just really embarrassing, and, you know, embarrassing attacks do happen occasionally. You know, none of us are perfect, but man, was I pissed off when this happened, though. So, yeah. So, this was an Ice Golem CC. I don't really see Ice Golems too much at Tunnel 12 anymore. It's usually just Headhunters and, stuff. And that Valkyrie, I was a bit afraid at first, because I've had problems with CC Valkyries before, but the level 55 King, I don't think CC Valkyries are that big of an issue anymore. So, yeah. But yeah, yeah, I pretty much have already told you the result of this video, so... Or this attack, sorry, so I'm just... Yeah, this was just me being a total screw-up. So yeah, I'll just let this play out. So yeah. I think, what I could have probably done better in this attack, I mean, there's a lot I could have done better, was I probably could have had frozen up the sweeper while I entered in. And what made this attack, what really killed this attack, was that Archer Queen not going down, because, I mean, if that Archer Queen doesn't go down and there's still, like, plenty of defenses left, I mean, it did go down afterwards, so but I was, like, really nervous about that. But if that Archer Queen doesn't go down, your balloons are done for. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man, but you gotta take out the Queen, like, if possible. Like, make sure to take her out. Do not leave her standing, unless she's, like, at the very back end, and, like, your balloons have already taken out everything else, and then the Queen, I guess that's okay. But try to take out the Queen whenever possible, like... it just saves the attack a lot. Not only does it save a lot of stress, because the queen can easily destroy lots of balloons depending on what level she is. And especially at level 50, she can take out like an entire army of balloons if left untreated. But yeah, that's one. Secondly, my second mistake was not letting the blimp get all the way to the eagle, which completely killed all my balloons on the back end, which caused this to... Wait, oh. Actually, that was a 2-star attack. Oh. Okay, well, one of my other attacks was a 1-star. Okay, well, that's embarrassing. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, this was just me scrolling through the war bases. So this was, this is actually a defense by, Tito, who is, Kalia's alt. I think I mentioned him earlier, but, yeah, this was an interesting thing, because I'm not a huge fan of E-Drag players. As you could saw, a full E-Drag with a poison couldn't even take out their RC over there. But, yeah, this guy really did not have a plan either, and that Giga Inferno just killed everything. Like, yeah, no, I don't know what this guy was doing. It's a real shame he got a 49%. I mean, it's good for our clan, but, my god, a 49%... on a Rush Town Hall 13 as well. That's just... Ugh. I don't know what to tell you, man, but that was an interesting attack. And in a good way. So, yeah. I believe this one is actually the 1-star, actually. This was the 1-star attack, and, oh, wait. No, this is not the 1-star attack. It shows it will show up later in this video, I promise, but I don't believe this is the... Yeah, this is not the 1-star attack. There's a hole here. Now, the hole is actually a huge mistake, because what it allows me to do is it allows me to get in there without a blimp. So, like all holes, you want to test it by dropping a balloon to test for any Teslas, seeking air mines, other air traps, yada yada yada. And then I drop my king here to obviously pull the Electro Dragon out of the way. You do not want an Electro Dragon attacking your balloons. It's just as bad as Archer Queen attacking your balloons. You do not want it. So, I kill it as quickly as I can without using too much. So I just use King and Queen to do it. Against an Electro Dragon, poison is key, because Electro Dragons are very, very slow. So if you make them even slower, then they're pretty much useless. So right here, I do the Electro minus the blimp, because I don't have to since this guy left a hole in his base. And yeah, this was a no siege machine. Even if I didn't have the blimp, the result would still be the same. A little bit unfortunate that I didn't get the eagle down, but everything else around it is down, so it's like, well, sucks to suck. Yeah, I just haste through this space, yeah. Hold on, I just got a notification on my phone. Okay, so yeah, that was that was just my friend, sending me a text. Anyway, yeah, there's not really too much else to say about this base, but I will mention that when you're doing Lavaloon, this is, when you're doing Lavaloon, you generally want a decently big kill squad, because unlike something like, you know, Dragons, Electro Dragons, Yeti Smash, you know, those types of attacks, you don't really need a kill squad that much, because they can deal with the enemy heroes if you can't deal with them with the original push, if you know what I mean. Like your original kill squad. But if you got stuff like balloons or hog raiders, or hell, even bats, they do not target heroes. So you really want to take those out if you're running those troops. So in my case, the kill squad here was the heroes and the 2 clone spells. And the Rage with the balloon and the Electro Dragon. I will say that this attack is very powerful Town Hall 10. Not so much 12. 11 is kind of shaky because that's when the Eagle and Tornado are there. So it's more of like a hit or miss. Because the Tornado is pretty much the only thing that can really counter this threat, so yeah. This is, okay, so it's probably the last attack. Yeah. These were just attacks spread out through, the day. I was spread out through the week, sorry. I don't believe that any of these attacks are in any sort of order. I just put them in the order that my phone did because, well, I'm kind of lazy. Next time I do Clan War League, I'm probably going to actually put the dates for every attack. But this time, this is my first time doing it, so I'm sorry if it's not as best as it could be. This time I actually used the Ice Hound to tank for the blimp, because this blimp was going in very deep. And I popped it right where the Eagle, right in between the gap of where the Eagle was and some of the other defenses. And I got a little bit unfortunate that Seeking Airmine hit my Electro Dragon, but if you take out the Eagle and the Queen, chances are your opponent is screwed, so yeah. I dropped my King and Queen on the Town Hall here. I did this after the blimp because I knew that the heroes weren't going to be enough to keep the blimp alive all the way in there, so that's why I just chose to do the Ice Hound with the blimp rather than letting the heroes deal with them. So yeah. There's a lot of Teslas here, so I just dropped some balloons to clear them out. And yeah. One trick I would like to mention with Lava Balloon, I know everybody hears about this, funneling, whatever. Generally, if you have a base like this, where there's isolated defenses in the middle, you want to use the blimp to get into the middle. Like, you want to. If you don't have a blimp, or like, maybe a wall wrecker could work as well. If you don't have a blimp, it's going to be really hard to get in there, so you want to use the blimp on the center part of the base, so yeah. Another thing about this is that the blimp, you don't generally want the blimp to, obviously you don't want it to hit the Tornado Trap, you don't want it to hit Seeking Air Mines, and you sure as hell do not want it to run into a single target Inferno if possible. So, bringing a freeze for the blimp is good because 1, you can tie up sweepers, and 2, you can freeze up Infernos, so yeah. But that's if you're not already using a Hound, because if you're using a Hound and a freeze, that you might be sacrificing a little bit too much space there, but other than that, you really don't need too much to get into a base with a blimp, if it's not like one of those ring-style bases. If your opponent's running a ring base, you definitely want to use at least a Lava Hound. I prefer the Ice Hounds, though, because of that extra tanking value you get. But yeah, this is actually an attack I really wanted to show off, because it's a very interesting attack due to the fact that it utilizes the Log Launcher, which is in my opinion, is one of the coolest siege machines. Now, me personally, I haven't used it much, but I personally think this might be a nice alternative to Mass Earthquake spam in the middle of the base, because it can take out a lot of walls. Now, unfortunately, his wall wrecker died off early there, but it already did its job by punching through most of the walls, if not all of them. And yeah, he started off with the Warden Walk and is doing Yeti Witch. This attack went off really well. So all of those troops are invincible in the core. Unlike hogs or balloons or whatever, you don't really need to worry about using the Warden ability on the Town Hall. In this case, the Warden ability still cover the Town Hall anyway, which is a bonus. But the reason why you don't want it to do it on balloons or hogs is because if, let's say, 20 balloons are over the Town Hall and they have a Giga Tesla, then all those balloons are going to die because that Giga Tesla bomb, or the Giga Bomb as people like to call it, it's going to completely wreck them. So, if possible, use the Warden ability to get those balloons protected. Don't let the Giga Bomb hit your balloons. But if you can take them out with your kill squad, then that would be a good idea. So, if it's like an off-center town hall, if it's in the middle, that's a little bit sketch. But generally, you don't want your balloons hitting that giant bomb. Period. So tip for y'all, doing hogs or balloons or lava balloon, don't really matter. This is another E-Drag spammer, who I don't know what he was doing without his king, without his warden or queen. Sorry, the only hero he had was his king. And judging by the levels of his spells and troops, it looks like it's a Town Hall 12 who is attacking me. So, yeah. As you can see, he's already lost a couple E-Dregs, and he's only taken out 16 or 17% of the base now that I'm talking. And he's charging directly into a sweeper. Classic mistake. Good that he froze it, but at the same time, though, this base it's not very friendly to E-Dregs at all. If you find me, do not run E-Dregs on this base. It is not going to end well for you. That single is completely roasting the E-Dregs on the left. I was going to say they were roasting them on the right as well, but they went out of range. Fortunate for him, but things don't get much better from here. I don't understand why people do this as well. Where the E-Drag actually is located is the shadow of where it is. That little circle below them. That's where they actually are. So that's where you want to drop the rage spells. You don't want to drop them to where the actual like E-Drag appears to be, because otherwise then your rage spells are going to miss. They're quite long troops, so it's easy to make that mistake. But he made this mistake almost every single time, so either it's a mistake that he never bothered to fix, or it's just intentional. He's just trying to throw his clan off. I can't really tell because this attack was so poorly done. And again, no offense to the people who do these attacks. I know that there's a lot of people who don't really want to do anything else but spam E-Dregs. And personally, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But just don't take it into Clan War League. It's honestly just not a good idea. But yeah, the King and E-Drag, they surprisingly get a lot of value after this, but they're nowhere near that Town Hall, which in Clan War League, the best thing you can do is prevent stars on your base. So if you're Town Hall 12, Town Hall 13, you got that Giga Tesla, make sure to keep it in the center. Do not put it on like the edge or something unless you're trying to prevent 3 stars, but I mean, at the same time, I don't really see too many people running that, so yeah. This was another attack done by me. I think I don't actually remember what happens in this one, but I believe what happens here is I actually might have this might actually be the 1-star that I was talking about earlier. I was really nervous when I was recording this because obviously I have not recorded myself live before. So like I was sweating bullets when this was happening. This guy had super minions in his CC, very popular. Can really screw up attacks if your opponents don't know what they're doing. I did know what I was doing, so this poison, I don't know how I end up getting so lucky with the poison though, because the queen, I did not mean to catch the queen in there. Like, I was intending for the Electron to take that out, but the fact that she went down because I poisoned her on accident, and I used my heroes to take her out, that was pretty funny. But yeah, CC, super minions, they're scary, but they're not that scary if you poison them. Like a lot of troops, they are not as scary as they normally are if you don't poison them. Like if you poison them. So here, I actually decided to go with the Hound on this one because I was sending the blimp all the way to the center. I wanted it to get to that Town Hall, and unfortunately I caught the tornado here, but hey, that's what the Hound is for. You want the Hound to protect the blimp while it's there. So, yeah, the balloons take out the Town Hall, Eagle Artillery. That was a Clash Royale notification. And it took out a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah, I don't know how, but my queen's still alive. I had a few headhunters to deal with the back-end king, although when you're doing an air attack, the king usually isn't the important part. But, yeah. This one, I actually ended up swagging the Warden ability, which is not something you get to do often, okay? You don't get to swag the Warden ability very often, because normally you use it on some heavy-hitting defenses. But in this case, I just got so much value with the Electron, I really didn't need the Warden ability. And look how many balloons are still up. Absolutely crushed. Yes, this is a Tonal 12 with defenses, but it's still absolutely crushed. This one was, again, this video, it seems like I'm roasting E-Drag spammers, which, for the most part, I normally do. But, I mean, I have seen them work. It's just that in my time in Clan War League, a lot of people screw it up. So, that one, I just sped through it because it was just him dropping E-Drags and stuff. And he's sending them in directly into single target infernos that are isolated, so the E-Drags aren't even going to bother going there until literally taking everything else out around it. So, pretty much all of his E-Drags died before even the most critical moment, which is the Town Hall. So, the fact that all of his E-Drags died before any of them got anywhere close to the Town Hall is a sign that this was a poorly done attack. More Town Hall 13s bullying Town Hall 12s in this one. I will say that we were demoted last season because we were lacking of consistent attackers, so if you'd like to join King's Empire, I highly recommend you do so. So, yeah. This one, I feel like... well, I mean, I don't really know what to say, actually, because this is pretty much the same attack as the other one Kalia did a few times in this compilation that I'm making. Yeah. Really not too much else to say because it's a Tunnel 12 bullying a Tunnel 13. Or sorry, the other way around. It's a Tunnel 13 bullying a Tunnel 12. Yes, he could have been obviously funneled better, but I mean, when you're an entire tunnel up above you and you have a decent amount of knowledge when it comes to witches, you generally don't need to worry. Alright, and that's all we're gonna have for today. I don't know what happened to the 1-star attack, but I mean, I will be honest, I am not a perfect player in any sense in this game. So, feel free to roast me in the comments about 1-star in Clan War League, but yeah. That's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it because this video took me an extremely long time to record over the course of a week. I'm probably going to upload a video every single day during the next Clan War League, so then I don't have to do this again, but this is more of like a compilation video, so I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.